Hi, this is Tammy with The Second Time's a Charm. And this is actually my first voiceover. Welcome. This video today is for the Funtime Friday challenge hosted by Broke Girl Aesthetic and OK at Home DIY. The challenge is to do basically any DIY you want. And their channel links, the playlist link, as well as the supplies list that I use for this video are listed in the description. I don't show it in the video, but I actually rinse really well after I use Krud Kutter. I'm not sure if you have to, but I do anyway just to make sure there's no leftover residue before I paint. So you always want to make sure you have a very, very clean piece before painting. Residue on your furniture can keep the paint from adhering correctly and cause issues. I wasn't aware that this middle piece was broken when I picked up the coffee table, but it was a pretty easy fix. And I'm putting in the panels here because I just wanted to make sure that it was in the right spot before it dried. I forgot to show the can of paint, but this is Pop of Color paint in the color charcoal. They sent me a box of paint recently to try out on a piece of furniture, and I did a recent unboxing of that. If you want to see that, you can go check out my channel, and I'll leave a link in the description too. But I had said in the video mistakenly that this is a chalk paint, and it's not. It's a chalky finish paint, which there's a pretty big difference. Because a chalk paint usually is VOC free and non-toxic, and this paint you have to paint in a well-ventilated area. And it actually was pretty thin for a paint. Like, it wasn't, chalk paint's usually pretty thick. This paint was really thin, and it distressed crazy easy. Like, it reminded me more of a milk paint, really. Like, I believe it's Rust-Oleum milk paint I've used in the past. It reminded me a lot of that, and I liked that paint okay, but I think I just prefer chalk paint more after working with chalk paint a lot more in the last year or two. I don't show me putting the Wise Owl Furniture Salve on the whole piece, but I do cover the whole base in this. After I wiped off the dust, of course, from sanding. This is the Pop of Color accent paints that I chose. I didn't really show them that long, but the colors are Ocean Deep, Neon Yellow, Neon Pink, and Neon Purple. I'll admit, this was actually my second go at these panels with these paints. My first design was going to be sort of a dripping rose design that I thought would be really cool with these bright colors, but it just didn't work out. Like, these paints just work very differently than, say, an acrylic or a chalk paint, and that's what I'm used to working with. And so I really struggled with it, and at the end of the day I just ended up scrapping that idea, and I just wiped off the paint as well as I could and repainted the panels black. I actually used Waverly black chalk paint just to get a new baseline because these panels were black to start with. The design I actually ended up with, I still like a lot, and it was a much easier design to do. I think when it comes to, like, say, a portrait type painting, I'm not sure if a paint that dried as fast as this one was good. I mean, maybe if I would have added a glaze to it, it might have given me more work time, but I just, I guess I didn't really think of that at the time. But I just decided I'd go with this new design, and it's basically, just some blended stripes. So if you're new to my channel, I usually do furniture and home decor flips in all kinds of different styles: boho, industrial, shabby chic, farmhouse, modern. And if you're into that kind of stuff, go check out my channel, watch some videos. If you like what you see, subscribe. And ring the notification bell as well, because I don't actually have a set schedule that I follow right now. I've just been doing challenges and collabs because I think they're a lot of fun, and I just enjoy doing those videos more than a set schedule. So the notifications help really well with that. So here I'm actually doing the second coat and just trying to build up the colors. I actually had done these panels, like I did one of them and I really, really blended the color and it became somewhat muted, and it was still really pretty, but I really wanted to show off these bright, vibrant colors. So I decided to do them over and just really embrace the colors and not blend them too much, just enough so that they looked somewhat blended, but not too much, because you blend color too much and it starts to turn muddy and sometimes brown, and that's not really what I wanted for this piece. I just wanted to really show off the colors. I will say with this paint, I've not really seen a chalky finish type paint with these kinds of colors, so that was really a cool concept to me. I may try them in the future on a piece of home decor that I want to give a very vibrant, colorful look. I like to do that sometimes, especially with garden pieces. So I'm just adding some kind of contrast, adding some pops of color here and there, because I don't want it at the end of the day just to be some stripes. I wanted there to be a little bit of intrigue. And I used a lot of water when I was attempting to blend these. And I don't think I mentioned, but I used a separate brush for each color, and then this brush here is a dry brush. I used it just for blending, and a lot of times between strokes I would wipe it off on the paper that I was painting on to make sure that, again, that it didn't muddy up the colors too much. I wanted to keep them nice and pretty and bright. I actually was thinking of adding some little pops of these colors to the coffee table base itself, like along the lines, but I decided against it and just figured, you know what, I'll keep the base neutral and these will just be the main focal point, because that was my intention from the beginning, was to have like this coffee table that basically had two canvases for a tabletop. So I just decided I would keep with that idea, and these would be the focal point. Are coming up to the full reveal of this table. I hope you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing to my channel. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you have any comments, if you have any questions. Feel free to add those. If you're in the Bend, Oregon area, this piece will be for sale soon up on my website. Thanks for watching.